First at noon, Honolulu police are looking for a gunman on the run after shooting overnight in Kalihi. HPD taped off an area near the 7-Eleven off North King Street and Dillingham Boulevard. Police tell us the 39-year-old male victim and the suspect got into an argument inside the store at around 9:45 last night when the situation escalated. The victim was shot in the upper body and was rushed to the hospital in serious condition. No information has been released about the suspect, but a witness told police he ran towards Mayor Wright housing. If you have any information that will help investigators with details, call Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen. HPD is also looking for a suspect in a stabbing near the Keeaumoku Walmart. Now, this happened Saturday afternoon at around 12:30. The 34-year-old male victim was seriously hurt and rushed to the ER for care. So far, HPD has not released any details about the suspect. The Trump administration was dealt a blow in its legal battle against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James. A judge ruled the prosecutor who brought the charges was illegally appointed. Erica Brown is at the White House with the latest.
A federal judge Monday dismissed the indictments against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James, ruling Lindsay Halligan, the interim U.S. attorney who secured their indictments, was unlawfully appointed by the Justice Department.
I'm grateful that the court ended the case against me, which was a prosecution based on malevolence and incompetence.
CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
So this ruling is not about the merits of the case at all. This is all about the prosecutor. This is all about the process that took place to get Lindsay Halligan into the position.
Halligan was appointed as interim prosecutor following the ouster of the previous U.S. attorney, but the judge ruled that interim position is limited to just one prosecutor serving a 120-day period.
What the judge concluded here today is you can't then install somebody else, Lindsay Halligan, to serve another 120-day term. Basically, you get your first 120 days, you don't keep getting 120 days after that.
Comey was charged with making a false statement and obstruction of justice related to his congressional testimony in 2020. And James was charged with bank fraud and making false statements to a financial institution.
I know there was a judge who is clearly trying to shield Letitia James and James Comey from receiving accountability.
Both cases were dismissed without prejudice, meaning the Justice Department could seek to refile. Comey's case, however, runs up against a statute of limitations. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
Back here at home, we've learned the woman who was pulled from waters off Kakaako Waterfront Park yesterday has died. Bystanders spotted the woman face down near the surf break known as Files at around 1:30 yesterday afternoon. Jet ski lifeguards brought her to shore where they provided CPR and transferred her care to EMS. The woman, believed to be in her 40s, was then taken to the hospital where she later died.
I grabbed my phone and I zoomed in with my camera and I saw that there was somebody floating, but I didn't see a snorkel.
Police say there are no signs of foul play. An elderly woman from Kula, critically hurt in a crash this week on Maui, has died. MPD has identified Carmencita Gobo and says the 84-year-old passed away from her injuries Sunday afternoon at Maui Memorial Medical Center. Police say Gobo was not wearing a seatbelt when she lost control of her SUV and rolled on Thompson Road Friday afternoon. This is Maui County's 17th traffic fatality of 2025, compared to 14 at the same time last year. As the new year approaches, law enforcement officials are preparing to crack down on illegal fireworks. Over the weekend, they gave owners a last chance to get rid of them without getting in trouble. Ben Gutierrez has the story.
So these two 27-gallon bins independently are over 50 pounds.
State Law Enforcement Director Mike Lambert is showing some of the illegal pyrotechnics that were turned in with no questions asked. Having enough illegal fireworks to fill up one of these containers is a Class B felony, punishable by up to 10 years in prison and up to $25,000 in fines.
It doesn't take much to get you in trouble.
To avoid that, some Oahu residents turned in their illegal fireworks Sunday. Law enforcement gave them grocery gift cards in return.
I personally like aerial fireworks. Yeah, because we're brought up when we were small, you could buy that from like Long's Drugs long time ago. Fireworks were legal, but now it's illegal. It's like, you know, you just gotta try to follow the law.
Not only did the state's stricter laws motivate fireworks owners to hand them over, but also the explosion in Keeaumoku last New Year's Eve that killed 6 people and injured more than 20 others.
I just don't want to see another Keeaumoku incident happen again, you know, so it's best to just get rid of it already. Had it for so long, it's been hiding in the closets, you know, so it's like, okay, we don't want an accident either, you know, if something happens to us, right?
Officials collected a variety of illegal fireworks during the buyback, totaling about 510 pounds.
At close range, even something like this could kill you.
Nearly 10% of the fireworks surrendered are the kind that only professionals are allowed to have with a permit.
What we wanted to do is give everybody one last chance to comply. You know, the law was signed in July, and what we want to do is say, hey, you had a legal pathway to go ahead and get rid of them, and if you chose to hold on to them and you get busted New Year's Eve, really, we don't want to hear any complaints about that.
The Department of Law Enforcement has increased searches at all ports and has been patrolling neighborhoods with drones. DLE reports it identified several individuals who were importing illegal fireworks and hopes to have them prosecuted before the new year.
And that was Ben Gutierrez reporting. The Kauai Police Commission has named its choice for the county's next police chief. Out of 4 finalists, the commissioners voted for San Diego Deputy Chief Rudy Tai. He's been with SDPD for 35 years, but he's originally from Honolulu. The police union Shopo researched the finalists and told the commission that Tai has made some concerning leadership decisions while he was the supervisor of an officer convicted of sexually assaulting women.
The department and the public deserves to know this information in a transparent, straightforward manner. If somebody is bringing issues with them or questionable situations that possibly could be explained, then that needs to all be aired out.
Tai still has to pass background and medical checks, including a psych evaluation, before he can be sworn in. The arrest of an undocumented immigrant caught on camera inside a Maui courthouse has spurred an apology from the state's Department of Law Enforcement. Surveillance video shows ICE agents arresting Esteban Velasquez after his court appearance last month for driving under the influence and without a license. Critics say this violates constitutional rights and deters witnesses and victims from seeking legal protection.
It was brought to my attention that one of our sheriffs had violated an internal memo that stated that we will not participate in immigration-related enforcement. At the end of the day, I need to take accountability for that. It was an overstep. We've taken corrective action, and you know, we're hoping that these type of incidents don't occur in other courthouses across the state, as well as this one.
Velasquez is a convicted felon who pled guilty to promoting prostitution in New York back in 2011. An ICE spokesperson says his arrest and criminal history underscore Homeland Security's dedication to protecting the public.
All right, well, happy Monday, everybody. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. Let's take a look outside at our wind speeds right now. We are seeing somewhat breezy conditions this afternoon, but winds are going to get lighter as we're going closer to Thanksgiving. We might even see a couple of pop-up showers out there. I want to give you a quick look at our first alert windcast going forward into the next couple of afternoons. Overnight, you'll still see winds pretty light between 5 to 10 miles per hour, between 10 to 15 miles per hour as we're going into Tuesday and Wednesday afternoon out there. So lighter winds are expected. We might see a few pop-up showers in the afternoon, and a few of those could actually be over leeward areas, but overall we're going to be mostly seeing sunshine out there. As we're going into Tuesday, you're really not seeing a lot of rainfall out there. Going into Wednesday, a few pop-up showers, but overall really nice weather is expected going into Thanksgiving. I'll give you the breakdown on the next weather maker coming up.
Thank you, Drew. Over the next decade, 1 in 4 people will be age 65 or older, and many will need long-term care services. Annalisa Burgos tells us about a free service to help you understand your options now.
Hawaii's population is aging faster and living longer, and that means higher demand for quality, affordable senior care.
It wasn't until I needed to find a care home for my grandfather that I realized how difficult the process is for our local families.
Nonprofit CareSift helps families navigate hundreds of long-term options out there, including government support programs, services for Native Hawaiians, and veterans benefits.
And the whole service is free for them to use, so we want families to talk with professionals and make informed decisions.
What started as a website 10 years ago has evolved into a comprehensive service.
And I found that families were really struggling to use the information online. So then I just started helping each caller one by one, and it turned into a personalized support service where we help each individual understand their resources, what's covered benefits, what's not covered, and then we help them understand costs of care. And actually we create a care plan for them.
Advocates urge families to prepare now and not wait until a crisis.
Because the cost of care has become so high in Hawaii, it's become a financial burden for the family. And when they make these decisions, it's very emotional. Sometimes they're in crisis mode. And there's so many options on Oahu.
Find information at caresift.com or call 808-400-9992. Annalisa Burgos, Hawaii News Now.
Reggae legend Jimmy Cliff has died at the age of 81. Cliff, perhaps best known for his song The Harder They Come, helped make the reggae genre popular. His wife announced his death on Instagram today, saying her husband passed away due to a seizure followed by pneumonia. Cliff came to Hawaii in August of 1990 and played at the Blaisdell Arena. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2010, the only Jamaican aside from Bob Marley to achieve that honor.
President Trump is pushing for progress on a peace plan between Ukraine and Russia, even suggesting a Thanksgiving deadline. I'm Natalie Brand with where talks stand after a weekend of negotiations.
This year, stores are promising you can get Thanksgiving dinner on the table for $40. I'm Bradley Blackburn with what that budget buys you and how some ingredient costs are going down.
Welcome back. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky could be on his way to the U.S. this week as President Trump is pushing for his 28-point plan to end the war. But it includes concessions Ukraine is not willing to accept. Natalie Brand has more from the White House.
Russian forces launched a massive drone attack on Ukraine Sunday, killing 4 people on the same day Ukrainian and U.S. negotiators talked about President Trump's peace plan. President Zelensky on Monday called it a critical time.
It is crucial to support the principles on which Europe stands, that borders cannot be changed by force. that war criminals must not escape justice, and that the aggressor must pay fully for the war he started.
Zelensky indicated territory remains a sticking point. The U.S. and Ukraine say they're working to update the administration's original draft 28-point peace plan. That proposal called for Ukraine to give up territory, cap the size of its military, and swear off NATO membership. Critics say it included many of Moscow's longstanding demands.
It is essentially the wish list of the Russians.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio is privately meeting with President Trump today after reporting progress in those weekend talks.
We're working through making some changes, some adjustments, in the hopes of furthering narrowing the differences and getting closer to something that both Ukraine and obviously the United States are very comfortable with.
A joint statement released by the administration following the U.S.-Ukrainian meeting said they reaffirmed any future agreement must fully uphold Ukraine's sovereignty. As fighting continues, Russia's military released video claiming to show the capture of 3 new Ukrainian villages along the Eastern Front. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
We're in the final shopping days for the big Thanksgiving feast on Thursday, and according to Wells Fargo, there's some relief in the cost for this year's meal. Bradley Blackburn checks out the deals.
At this Stop and Shop in Clifton, New Jersey, shoppers are planning their Thanksgiving menu.
All the carbs, so stuffing, mashed potatoes, and mac and cheese. That's a newer one.
I'm the guest, yeah. I bring the wine.
Of course, the turkey.
Gotta have the turkey.
Yeah, that's the best part.
This year, the store is offering a way to get that spread of holiday favorites on the table for $40.
All of this for $40. You got the turkey, and you've got all the different colored sides, and of course, the dessert with a pumpkin pie.
Other retailers, including Walmart and Aldi, have similar offerings, all to draw in price-conscious customers. Stop and Shop External Communications Manager Daniel Wolk.
We're able to work with our merchandisers to lower these prices and make sure that if we combine them correctly, if we use our own brand Stop and Shop items, which are just as good as other brands, that we can make this possible.
According to Wells Fargo, most families will spend more. The average cost of ingredients to feed 10 people totals $80 if you buy store brand products. A Wells Fargo analysis found the average cost of this year's Thanksgiving meal is down about 2 to 3%. Largely because inflation-sensitive items like beef and eggs aren't on the menu. Savings also depend on your shopping strategy.
We're seeing more pressure on the national brands because the store brands are getting so good and so popular. You want to make sure you get the best value by checking out all those factors.
Stuffing, prepared gravy mix, and fresh cranberries have all dipped between 3 and 4%. And as for the price of the Big Bird, down 3.7%.
Most turkeys, more than 50% of the turkeys in Thanksgiving get sold on a promotion to get you into the store.
All ways to get the most bang for your buck this Thanksgiving. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, Clifton, New Jersey.
If you've ever had an item taken while going through airport security, you might see it at an auction currently underway. The state's Surplus Property Office runs the online auction every week. The office collects items confiscated by TSA agents at airports throughout the state. Workers then sort the items into categories and research the value before putting them up for bid. They estimate they have about 50,000 items right now. Knives are the most commonly seized item and the most popular to buy, but that's not all they have.
We have kitchen items, we have sporting equipment, we have water globe, it's right over there, power tool, hand tools, and construction equipment.
Now the money raised from the auction goes right back into the office, which is entirely self-funded. For a link to the auction, you can visit hawaiinewsnow.com.
And stick around. Coming up after the break, we've got your full First Alert weather forecast. The details on these light trade winds coming up.
Now, First Alert Weather with Drew Davis.
All right, well, happy Monday, everybody. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. It was really nice out there. We got a lot of sunshine still in the forecast going forward. Let's just take a look at our First Alert weather headlines and what we're tracking out there. We've got light to moderate trade winds over the next couple of days, brief passing showers. Also, a first alert for you. Long-range models are hinting at a front that could be coming in over the weekend, so we're still fine-tuning the details on that. There's going to be a lot of evolving in the weather forecast over the next couple of days, especially as we're continuing to figure out what exactly we could see going into the weekend. Our island-by-island forecast for tomorrow over on Kauai, we've got mostly sunny conditions. A couple of showers in the morning, easterlies between 5 to 10 miles per hour. Let's move down the island chain to Oahu. Isolated showers out there mostly in the morning, but mostly sunny out there. 85 for a high temperature in town tomorrow, a little bit cooler over the windward side of the island. Maui County mostly sunny, some lighter trade winds out there. 67 for a low temperature in Kahului tomorrow, getting up to around 85 in the afternoon with the sunshine. Sunny over the leeward side of Hawaii Island, 85 in Kona for a high temperature. 83 for a high over in Hilo, scattered showers and mostly sunny conditions, and sunny over the northern portions of Hawaii Island. You can see that all playing out on our first alert radar and satellite. Not a ton of rainfall out there. We were seeing a few sprinkles moving in closer to Puna, but overall the rainfall relatively light. Maui's been relatively sunny. It's a very clear, nice day out there, and that's going to continue as we're going forward over the next several days. Really not seeing rainfall across the western half of the state at all. So our first alert futurecast going forward, you're going to see a lot of sunshine, not a lot of cloud cover out there. A few windward showers possible out there. These are very minor splashes, just a couple of sprinkles out there. And going into Wednesday, you'll see that lighter winds expected throughout Wednesday and Thursday, which might allow a few pop-up showers in the afternoon. Seeing the sea breeze showers develop, but overall, not a ton of rainfall. Then we go into the weekend and we're seeing how this front is going to evolve. Some models have the front getting closer to the western half of the state. Some models have the front not even reaching Kauai. So we're watching to see how this evolves. A lot of the rainfall right now in that specific weather model is off to the northwest of Kauai. Our surf and shoreline forecast, north and west facing shores are on the decline, 4 to 6 feet out there on north facing shores for this evening. West facing shores around 2 to 4. We're tracking a couple of other swells that are going to be moving in Wednesday and Sunday. East facing shores are dropping out there, and just take a look. Here's our swell forecast. All of that energy is going to be moving in Wednesday morning and is going to be off towards the southeast going into Thursday and Friday. Then we've got a much larger swell that's going to be arriving Saturday into Sunday, potentially triggering high surf advisories, maybe even high surf warnings. Our 7-day forecast, Thanksgiving on the 7-day, coming up, a lot of sunshine out there, and then a better chance for rainfall heading into the weekend.
Sounds good, Drew. Thank you. Still to come, the centerpiece for the New Year's Eve celebrations in the Big Apple got quite the makeover to ring in 2026. We're going to take you there in 2 minutes.
some good news now. Uptown Atlanta kicked off the holiday season with its 5th Llamas in Pajamas event. Families lined up to see pajama-clad llamas and donate new pajamas to the city's largest homeless shelter. The celebration also featured a funky Santa dance party and kids' arts and crafts.
Cute. Well, the iconic Times Square New Year's Eve ball is getting a makeover for the upcoming 2026 celebration. Check it out. Organizers of the big event were in Times Square today ahead of the ball drop to unveil the new crystal ball. Now it's almost 12.5 feet wide and covered in more than 5,200 Waterford crystals. That's nearly twice as many as the previous ball, and these crystals are round, not triangular.
Circles represent infinity, and our design concept is all around 3 different meanings, which is joy, light, and new beginnings.
The ball represents hope. It's the ticking of time. It's putting 1 year behind us and looking forward to the next.
The ball will make its debut at New York's biggest New Year's Eve party on December 31st. After that, ticket holders can see the ball for a fee on a viewing deck in Times Square.
You know, Ash, I have always wondered, where did the ball come from? Whose idea was it to say, hey, we're going to drop a giant crystal ball on New Year's Eve?
That's right.
Where did that come from?
I have no idea. We gotta look it up. We'll get back to you guys. Very pretty though. Thanks for watching. This is Now, everybody. More news first at 4 right here on Keeaumoku.